Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back to the Black Mirror. So I had to go to the walkthrough and it turns out I'm totally screwed. Like right now in this position, because I used 2 bullets to shoot the padlock, the bullets are gone. And that means I did need an extra bullet, and I do need an extra bullet to shoot the wolf. So there's literally nothing you can do. If you go to the right, you die. You can't go to the left. There would have been, it would have made maybe some sense if there was an extra bullet somewhere around here that would spawn after that point, after you shot it. But there's literally nothing I can do. It's game over. You're trapped. The only thing I can do, however, is come over and load the previous save, which means for now probably at least the 5th time, I think it's very important to show everybody the need and the irritants here of this. Like, this is not inconsequential. If people were overwriting their save files, if I wasn't just playing like a person who has run into instances like this before, then it would be it. And we're at the end of chapter 2, so this kind of makes sense if there was some way to just start chapter 1 and chapter 1 wasn't also 5 hours long. Like, if this was a sub-chapter, if this game had, say, 24 chapters and this was just one of them, and so this section alone would prove itself to be necessary and easy enough to run through, it wouldn't be a problem. But we're hours and hours into gameplay. I can't even remember how far really we are into gameplay. Let's see. Put the bullets in this. We got into the castle. Before we got into the castle, we had to make the key and get the strange object. And this chapter started with the gardener drowning in the fountain. And even though we've played a lot more linearly than we did in the first chapter, it has been hours and hours of gameplay. Let's see. And there's a ton of things you have to click on here before you can be certain. And see, you just want to try everything first, and then we've got to travel yet again. This is at least the 3rd time I've done this section. And then put this here. It's just terrible point and click design to allow a player to be in this position where they cannot succeed no matter what they do. At least that's what I assume is the case. I mean, it's possible that the walkthrough I'm using missed a secondary way of solving that problem with the wolf, but I kind of don't believe that to be the case. I think the game is just being incredibly cruel and mean for no reason. There's no need to do this. Even in the old days when you were trying to make your game super long, this is the mentality that you ran into in Sierra games like King's Quest, and it makes those games really not fun to play. The idea that you could die because of just some random thing you didn't think about, or die just randomly. There are a couple of modern games that play with the concept of you need to, you want to see all the different ways a character dies, but it's very rare that that's what a player wants or can get on board with even. And this is certainly not one of those instances. Like, there was a advertisement with a song called Dumb Ways to Die. It was about teaching kids to look both ways and not play on the rail train tracks. And so they made a game about that, and even in that game you weren't trying to die. You were actually trying to stay alive, and it was just getting progressively more difficult.
It's running full power now. I should try to call the main lift. Maybe it will
So,
and I'll get out of here finally.
generally speaking, the much better way to do this is to reward the player with something interesting in a gruesome death every now and then, but don't
Perfect. The lift is operational.
don't surprise them with the death. And we've just got to do all of this again. And the way you solve this, and don't worry, I will save.
At last. Please. I should be out of here.
I will save right now before I take any more actions. I suppose it's fair enough to overwrite this save slot. Although, you know what? Just whatever. I already clicked it, so I have to now. Unless there's an escape or something. The way to solve this is you have to look at the grate. And then you have to look at the grate some more.
The grate is closed.
So most people wouldn't even have tried this.
I can't get rid of it with my bare hands. The right side of the lock is quite rusty. Maybe I'll be able to break it somehow.
So you have to right click to get that response.
The right side of the lock is quite rusty. Maybe I'll be able to break it somehow. The grate is closed.
So now, just somehow, this is going to only take one bullet instead of two.
Carefully and hit the most fragile part of the lock.
Wow. Unacceptable. Unacceptable.
Perfect shot. The padlock is down. The way is free.
If a wolf...
Did it.
The right way to do something like this would be to have the wolf growl at you, chase at you. You see this funny animation where the character automatically runs back and shuts the grate. And then you pick up another bullet or find another bullet or move forward in some way. Like, just being allowed to be mauled to death is not good.
This isn't looking good.
And so it had nothing to do with the moon. We just needed that second bullet. Which again paints our main character as a little cruel and crazy. And we shot him, and there's really nothing more to look at, so let's leave.
I scrambled through the vast area of the woods and set off for the castle. I was lucky today. I thought I would never make it out of the depths of the mines.
Oh, Samuel. Come, join us.
Is he even going to bother to tell him what just happened to him? As soon as this animation's done animating at 10 frames per second.
Just that I've had a difficult day. I'm all right.
Difficult.
You came in rather late. I did want to have a word with you, but I have to leave for the sanatorium in a short while.
Now? At night?
Yes. There is a problem that cannot wait.
Can't you put it off to tomorrow morning?
Didn't you
Unfortunately,
just
I
say
cannot.
no?
What's this about then?
I do not know exactly myself. I will determine the situation when I arrive there. It must not be anything serious. You need not worry, Victoria.
Please return as soon as possible. I do not like your going there at night in this terrible weather.
It's
This
late
is
already. I must go now.
ridiculous. Why even have this character in the room
Goodbye.
when all
Be
he
careful.
has said is he's gonna see you tomorrow?
Do not fear.
You could have had Victoria tell you that. Clearly the animation here they were very proud of and they spent a lot of work on. It was probably pretty groundbreaking.
Wales? May I ask why?
Oh, just for a visit.
Haven't seen dear Eleanor for a very long time. I will write a letter to her first thing in the morning. Will you take it to her along with my greetings?
Of course.
Thank you.
I'll go to my room now, Victoria. I need to take a rest.
Of course, Sammy.
According to William's diary, the next key has to be in the Wales Manor. I must not delay. I'll set off tomorrow.
So we're going to a completely different place. We really didn't need that in this game. I was enjoying new places when we saw a few of them, and maybe that'll get us some more puzzles, but at this rate each chapter might be one of the 5 murders that need to be done. But I bet not. I bet this is the end of the game. So are there stones the magical thing?
I awoke drenched in sweat today.
And obviously that wasn't supposed to animate.
Even in my dreams, I should not have returned. I cleared my thoughts and decided to carry on with what I had begun. I set off for our family's manor in Wales so that I could finish what William couldn't. I hope Eleanor will not refuse my visit. I don't even know whether she'll still remember me. According to William's diary, the next key must be somewhere at the manor. I have to obtain it. However, I have no clue as to where to start looking.
This game shouldn't... We shouldn't be this far into the game. Like, this is kind of insane. We need something to speed things up. If I really have to go find the second key, the third key, and the fourth key, then is there even going to be a final battle with a ghost or anything? Or is this just all going to end on the to be continued element? And then if that's the case, would the reboot be end on the to be continued, or would they just take whatever story there is and complete it? Maybe in Broken Mirror, I was going to call it Broken Sword, the Black Mirror 1, 2, and 3, maybe all of that combines into one story.
The left leg of the statue is broken off.
Yeah, so push it.
There's a nail stuck in the column. It barely holds in there. It barely holds in there.
Do I have anything in the inventory? Let's just try the knife in the main gate. Interesting, we left the black sphere. Why would you leave the black sphere?
It barely
I'm supposed to just use the doorbell, aren't I? Seems like the doorbell's
I'll
broken.
wait for a while. Maybe the ringing was too short for anyone to hear me. Hello? Is anyone there? No one heard me.
Am I just playing this game? Oh, really? I mean, seriously. I'm standing at a gate. 11 hours, I would guess, at this point. Yeah, we're up to 11. And I should be so close to the end, and unless we just
Lights look as sharp as the lower ones. There's
no going that way on the wall. Leave the Welsh Manor. And we don't even have a map, so maybe we're supposed to press the doorbell again. I think it's broken. First sacred key on the nail. William's diary on the nail. An old photograph on the nail. The small knife on the nail. The pills on the nail. Small knife on the wall. Can't even click on the wall. And say I could probably look in here and get a coin again. And it almost feels like the coin should be a hint system. That when you get lost, you would be able to pay a coin, and you'd have an infinite number of them. You would just have to feel like you're paying for it. And the wall's not even getting mentioned anymore. Main gate nail. That's literally all that's here. Unless there's something. Maybe this will get sped up. Maybe we'll get in here. We'll find Elizabeth is dead. We'll see another symbol. That'll be number 3. Then we'll go back to Black Mirror Castle. And then we'll find Victoria Robert dead too. Maybe it's specifically the descendants of...
It barely holds in there.
Let's see. Let's just see if we can leave. That would speed things up a little bit.
First, I must find what I came here for.
Nope.
I'm not leaving before I find what I came here for.
You can't leave. So maybe we'll use the knife on the doorbell and see if maybe we can rewire it. Nope. William's morning card.
William's morning card.
Is this a pixel hunt? Or is this something else? Again, I'm just going to get thrown right back to the walkthrough. Nail. Main gate. We can look at the gate, I guess.
Locked.
Seems like we can keep clicking the doorbell.
Maybe the doorbell doesn't work. I can't hear it from here.
I'm just gonna keep pushing it. Maybe it does work.
It must be broken. Otherwise someone would surely have heard it. Nothing.
Just gonna keep clicking this until it repeats. And that was no response at all. And that seems like all we're gonna get.
The grate. Locked. The grate is locked.
The grate is locked. So if we could find maybe a small pixel that said grate.
It barely holds in there.
Wallet. Nail that nail in. Warning card. Nail the nail in. Pills. Nail the nail in. Maybe we needed the flat part of this to nail the nail in. Oh, photograph. Diary. None of this makes any sense. Coin. See what happens when I right click it.
The wires inside barely connect. It seems that the wires
Okay, so you had to
barely
right click this and then open it up.
Maybe if the blade were thinner.
Maybe if the blade were thinner. Maybe we can pick up the nail now. Oh my goodness, that was it. You couldn't pick up a nail until you saw that you needed to fix the wires. And now you use the nail on the doorbell.
Try to stick the nail under the doorbell so that it connects the wires. That seems to have helped. Someone's coming.
That should have been a simple tutorial puzzle. Something we did at the very beginning. But it needed some more guidance, and it just needed the ability to accomplish things when you were ready to accomplish things.
Madam Eleanor is not expecting anyone today. I am Samuel Gordon from Black Mirror. I am here to visit Eleanor. Take me to her, please. I'm sorry, sir, that's quite impossible. What do you mean? Pardon me. You said you were a Gordon? Yes, Samuel Gordon, the son of Randall Gordon. I'd like to trust you, but I can't. There have been some problems recently, and I've got to be very careful about who I let in. Maybe if you could prove your identity somehow, sir. I must say, I expected a warmer reception. I'm sorry, sir, I must insist.
Prove my identity. Well, is my ID in the wallet?
Sir, I have served Madam for over 12 years, and I am completely loyal to her. All right, no problem.
I wasn't trying to bribe him. I was trying to... Let's see.
I hope you will find this to be sufficient proof of my identity. It's William Gordon's mourning card. He is one of the reasons why I have come.
So we used this hours later.
Of course, sir. I apologize for the disappointment.
The other thing I was going to try was the pills.
Rob us a short while back, hence the extra caution, you see. I understand. May we go in now? Follow me. I'll see you inside.
So
Pardon me, madam.
this may just be one or two rooms in this whole area.
Yes, Lord. I see we have a visitor.
This is Samuel Gordon. He's come from Castle Black Mirror.
Oh, yes. I know who he is, Lord. That's all right. Is your memory faithful? I hope you welcomed our guest warmly, Louis.
I didn't know who he was, and therefore I didn't want to let him in.
Welcome to Wales, Sam. Hopefully Louis didn't annoy you.
No, madam. He explained the reasons for his cautious behavior.
We need to be extra careful these days. We were almost robbed last night. But that is probably of little interest to you. So why are you
There's a mirror
We speak in
in the left
I understand.
of the screen,
Good. Can you return to your duties now?
but
certainly.
this would be the second mirror in the game, except for the one that's broken in the bedroom.
I am so glad you have come, Sam. I have not seen anyone from the family in years, and time passes so slowly. Tell me, how long...
It seems weird you wouldn't visit your family in the
Several days, I expect.
UK, such a small
Don't know yet.
geographical area.
2 days? That's great. Victoria wrote about what had happened to William. I liked him very much. He was a great man. I regret not attending the funeral, but I am weak, and a long journey might affect my health further. I explained everything to Victoria in the letter. I hope she is not angry. Do you know whether she received my letter? I have not received a reply, and I do not know what to think about it.
But I have her reply here. I promised to deliver it.
Really?
Be funny if she reads this and then dies of
You
shock.
are very kind. I'm not keen on waiting in uncertainty. I will read it this evening. But surely... you are
Man,
not
they just
hungry.
love doing things later. You just don't do that in video games. Do it now or do it never. Don't tell me you're going to do it later. We're looking for the symbol of 5, but we want all of this other things too. Let's just go through everything.
Tell me, madam, when did you last see William?
That was a very long time ago. Yes.
Honestly,
Do you remember?
come to think of it, I probably should just skip this
2
dialogue.
years ago, along with Robert. It was nice to see you again after such a long time.
How long did they stay?
Less than a month, I think. Why are you asking about it anyway?
I'm picking up certain pieces of a puzzle.
I see.
Do you remember any significant occurrence from that visit? Did William behave normally?
I do not remember behaving well, or maybe, as I recall, he was enormously interested in our family tune. That surprised me. He seemed quite obsessed with it. In fact, he kept asking me about it all the time and finally convinced me to take him inside. I did not want anyone to disturb my ancestors' rest, but I eventually gave in. I don't know what he'd been after, though he did not want to answer any of my questions, even though I asked him directly. That day, he really did behave strangely.
William was inside the tomb. However, he found nothing, just as he recorded in his diary.
So let's just tell her about the diary. Why not?
I found William's personal diary, Eleanor. I read all the important records several times. He mentions the tomb you spoke about. Are you sure he did not tell you anything about it? Can you remember anything more from his visit?
Much time has passed since then, but my memory still serves me well. He did not give me any idea why he was interested in that place so much. Nothing at all.
I understand.
Curse of the Gordon clan?
You most probably are aware of the curse that has harassed our family for so long. What
Really?
do you think about it?
The curse of the Gordons? You would not believe such a tale, would you? Being a young man of the modern age, so...
The chronicles state that Durham Gordon found his final rest somewhere at this manor. Perhaps this refers to your family tomb.
I do not think so. The tune is old, but not older than 200 years. As far as I know, the tales about Durham reach much farther into the past. The only thing I know of him is the memorial with his name. Even if the chronicles did not lie, his grave would have certainly fallen apart a long time ago.
William knew that Durham's key must be somewhere at the manor. I've to get into that tomb somehow.
Sounds like it's not in the tomb. Do you know this person?
Madam, do you know this man?
He reminds me of someone, but I made a mistake. Am I supposed to know him?
Oh, I believe so. It's William's protege.
James!
Really?
I didn't recognize him in this older
Where did you get that information?
as a little boy. Oh, where could he be now?
He is in Robert's care, in the sanatorium in Ashbury.
How do we know that?
Still, poor lad. James was quite normal when he was young, but as he matured, that strange illness of his got worse.
This is all new information to me.
That is why in the end William put him in Robert's hands.
This is all completely new information.
At least I can pray for him.
That's ridiculous. Completely ridiculous. Almost, I guess, as ridiculous as having to end this conversation in this episode right here. We've got more talking to do, certainly. But I'm crossing my fingers, and maybe this is just a conversation puzzle, and when everything's said and done, I'll just pull the answer out from her. She'll know where the key is. She'll hand it to me. We'll be back to Black Mirror Castle. Ideally, the other keys are being collected by somebody else, or they're already in place, so we can speed things up and just get towards the end. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend to follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.